Welcome, friends. It is Sunday morning, so we're going to do another one of the post-Depression, pre-World War II recipes, and this time out of the Elmvale Community Cookbook. And today we're going to make potato soup. And I think this recipe falls into the category that most people want to believe is a Depression-era recipe. In a lot of the comment sections, I get comments like, oh, these people must have been rich, this wasn't Depression-era cooking, where did they get all of this meat and the vegetables and so on and so forth. And you have to remember that Elmvale in 1939, when this was published, was a very rural community. Elmvale in 2019 is still a very rural community. So these people lived on farms. They would have had access to better food than anyone living in the city. Times were still tight, and a lot of stuff they would have done without. And I think this recipe is one of those do-without recipes. So on this plate, I've already got some peeled and chopped up potato and a peeled and chopped up onion, and that just goes into the pot. And the recipe says just cover with water, bring to a boil, and simmer until tender. Okay, so it says not to drain and just mash it up. So I will mash it up, and I don't know how fine to mash it. I think I still want chunks of potato and onion visible, so I'm going to be very careful. Now you could use a stick blender, but I think that might be too smooth. Okay, now it says to put in some butter, so I'm going to start with that much butter, maybe about a tablespoon, and then salt and pepper to taste. So, you know, see what you like, taste it, put some in, stir it in, cook it a little bit, put a little bit more in. It's really up to you for the seasoning, I guess. Now the last ingredient is milk. It says to put a quart of milk in. And I don't know if I'm going to need that much because I put the lid on while I was boiling the potatoes, and I think they might have expected a little bit more water to have evaporated during the boiling process, because this seems pretty thin. I don't know that I'll put any more in. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. So let's give it a taste and see if we've got the spicing right, as much as there is spicing in it. Use a little more salt and a little bit more pepper. And since I finished that bag of milk, it's my responsibility to put in a fresh one. Okay, so we'll give it one more taste and we'll see where we stand. I'm definitely going to put in this second tablespoon of butter. We'll see what happens. Ooh,
hey, chicken!
no, not chicken.
Chicken.
Depression-era potato soup. The chicken I'm working on, and I'm getting closer on the chicken. So the chicken...
Getting closer.
The chicken series will start soon.
I will get
a couple of spoons there, Joel.
spoons.
So this is potato soup from Mrs. M.G. Kelly?
Sure.
Very basic.
Oh, the Elmvale Community Cookbook. Yeah, it looks fairly simple.
It is fairly simple. So yeah,
But it's very pleasant. It's very pleasant.
it is pleasant, but I can see how this is a Depression era recipe from maybe when times were really tough, or for a family where it was really tough.
Yeah, it's a bit watered down.
Yeah.
It's a bit watered down. You could
There are
Yeah.
other, yeah.
A little less water.
Yeah, so I could boil it with
perhaps-
I could boil it with the lid off, which would have concentrated the flavor a
Yep,
little
that
bit
would
more.
work too.
Celery wouldn't have been available year-round to most people. They would have had it in the summertime, but you know, November, December, they wouldn't have it.
Now you could add vegetables to this, like
think-
celery, carrots,
Yeah, chopped up carrots would be really nice in this, and celery would round out the flavor.
mushrooms if you know when they're
Oh.
in seasons,
Some-
some rows or
This asked for milk, but I think I would put cream in it to kind of thicken it and give you more of
that
that
milk might have
unctuous-
come right from the cow,
That's true, which would have made it.
which would have made it much creamier.
Yeah, so
right.
this-
Then the like the 2%, 3% thing that we all
Yes.
consume it has all the fat removed.
So I use 3.25.
I see you're going with some
cheese,
cheese.
some cheddar cheese. I mean, everybody would have had cheddar cheese, and I'm sure people would sprinkle this on top.
Maybe some even some chives, if you had them.
Chives, yeah. Parsley, a little bit of parsley on top, just to.
So it is a depressionary soup. It's a little thinner than you'd expect.
It is,
It's
yeah.
got some basic ingredients that you can keep around all year round.
But it's a great starting point.
It is.
It's a great starting point to then
'Cause it's-
build a soup into whatever you want it to
It
be.
is a lovely base. It's got cream, it's got potato, it's got onion, it's got
Yeah.
that base flavor that you can
a little
grow
bit,
in
a
whatever
little
way
bit
you
of
want.
hot sauce would be great.
You could take this, put in your own bias of what you think is tasty,
Just
what
a
you
little
like.
bit, just a little bit of cheddar starts to round it out a little bit.
Glen, corn and bacon.
Corn and bacon.
Because bacon, cheese. What else do you need?
Yeah.
I mean, what other cliche could we add to it?
Okay, so-
corn, bacon.
So here's what we've come to. This is a Depression era soup from sort of the lower end of the socioeconomic strata, probably.
It's a hard times.
Hard times.
What is hard time soup?
But you could take this today as a starting point and just go nuts with it. And you're starting with a really good base.
So well done, Mrs. Kelly. I
Yes,
assume?
yes.
Mrs. Kelly.
Mrs. Kelly. So thanks for stopping by, and
Enjoy your soup.
come on back for the KFC chicken
Would I
series.
have to wait?
It starts this week.
It's okay.
So this comes out on Sunday. On Wednesday will be the first video, and it'll unfold over about a week and a half.
So we're gonna eat a lot of chicken.
We're gonna eat a lot of chicken. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.
Enjoy your day. Yeah, just that little bit of cheese. Mm-hmm. All right. So what is?